Before we start this episode, I want to welcome a new member to Team Animation Rewind, Origin Animations. If you enjoyed this episode, please make sure to check out the Origin Animations YouTube channel to watch even more sprite battles such as Steven Universe vs. Star Butterfly. Thanks and enjoy the episode. Superheroes, Marvel vs. DC, the correct thematic version of Spider-Man vs. Bumblebee, it's Spider-Man vs. Blue Beetle, and I hope these bug puns don't bug you too much, but we got a rematch to part 1, which was the Spider-Man vs. Blue Beetle match back on Cartoon Fight Club. Will Spider-Man feel so good by the end of this episode? Today, we find that out. Today, we rewind Rumble. Spider-Man. Spidey, the poster boy of the ancient Cartoon Fight Night series. The man who Cartoon Fight Night made sure you knew was fast enough to tag Quicksilver. The man who faced a giant robot who apparently has a bug-related name, so they thematically had to fight. The man who made multiple appearances on Cartoon Fight Club. Due to all these achievements, I will do my best to keep all mentions of 616 Peter Parker to a complete minimum. We will mainly focus on the Blue Beetle for this episode. So without further ado, let's begin. Yame Rise was your average kid growing up in El Paso, Texas. He went to high school, his parents were busy with work, and he had a little sister. But little did Yame know something drastic was going on in another timeline that would directly affect him and his own timeline. This event was known as the Infinite Crisis. In such a distant timeline, Ted Cord, the other Blue Beetle, received the Blue Beetle Scarab. This was once in possession of Dan Garrett, the first Blue Beetle. This story arc is similar to passing down the Green Lantern ring from one user to another after retirement or death. So Ted was Blue Beetle for a bit, but then an evildoer by the name of Maxwell Lord killed him. The Beetle Scarab had a mind of its own, so after Ted's death, it found its way to El Paso, Texas, eventually finding Yame. Having possession of this artifact not only gave Yame some cool powers, which we'll get into, but it also gave him clout within the superhero community. The time-traveling superhero Booster Gold was aware of Yame suddenly having powers and invited him to meet the one and only Batman. Speaking of Batman, don't forget to check out Batman vs. Tuxedo Mask. Anyway, this is mainly because he knew that one day in the future Batman would face the Brother Eye and fail unless someone with the Blue Beetle Scarab was by his side. So to make a long story short, Yame became the newest superhero in town and was a part-time apprentice to Bruce Wayne. But how good was he? Well, to find that out, you'd have to get into his powers and abilities. All of his non-human abilities come from the Scarab. It is attached directly to Yame's spine since it has a connection to his spinal cord. Sometimes the Scarab can make decisions on its own, but Yame has most of the control and can override it if need be. His main powers include super strength, agility, beetle wings that can be used as a shield, and for flight, Scarab sight which gives Yame enhanced vision, shape-shifting armor, and most importantly, shape-shifting weapons. New weapons can be programmed in, but they all come from the same power source. So this is more of a variety damage as it can create axes, clubs, cannons, swords, and more. Yame's greatest strength is also his greatest weakness, and that's the Scarab itself. If you can manage to remove it from him and dispel the armor, it will greatly harm Yame while at the same time detaching him from all his non-human abilities. This is quite hard to do, but people who are strong or fast enough to do it have managed to beat him in the past.
And now, let's get ready for the fight. This battle will take place on Earth, and remember, there is no prep time. Let the battle begin!
Shall we dance?
Hopefully you enjoyed that animation, and if you did, super special thanks to the latest team member of Team Animation Rewind, Origin Animations. He's also animating an upcoming episode that you should be hyped for. Don't forget to check out his own channel to watch some of his sprite battles, and super special thanks to Corin O'Keefe and Biff Weed for helping out with the research/notes. Thanks, and enjoy the post-analysis. It looks like Spider-Man isn't feeling so good, because the winner is Blue Beetle. Now, I know most of you who've seen CFC Part 1 were expecting Peter Parker to fight Dan Garrett instead of Yami again. The problem with me moving forward with a different character is that the first battle was absolutely wrong. So I need to fix some things up. Now, the stats on Spider-Man and the original CFC weren't the problem. The problem was the complete downplay of Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle was extremely downplayed to being only massively hypersonic when it comes to speed. In reality, Blue Beetle is an MFTL Plus character. The Blue Beetle can scale to Green Lantern in both travel and combat speed. The Scarab itself chased a pair of lanterns across the galaxy and was easily able to keep up with them to the point of annoying them. Blue Beetle can also go toe-to-toe with Hal Jordan, who is one of the greatest lanterns of all time. Spider-Man has a few base FTL reaction speed feats, but that is very weak evidence of traveling speed at the same speed for long distances, or fighting at the same speed for a long period of time. Maybe in quick flashes, Spider-Man can do something quite fast, but he doesn't have the stamina to keep up that speed like Blue Beetle can. If the speed gap was close, getting past the spider sense would be tough for Blue Beetle, but considering the fact that Blue Beetle speed blitzes Peter, he would be too slow to react regardless. We could break down other categories like strength and skill, but when you're this fast, it kinda doesn't matter at this point, making the winner of this Rumble, Blue Beetle. So sure, Yame was quite a challenge, but if you do want to see Peter in fact take on Dan, all you have to do is like this video. If this video gets 3,000 likes, yet another rematch will be put into production. Don't forget to comment down your own ideas, and stay tuned as the next fighters are going to be revealed on the next episode of Rewind Rumble. On the next episode of Rewind Rumble.